Good morning, Fargo. Fargo City Commissioner Tony Gehrig with your February 26th Fargo City Commission update. 3 issues on the agenda for today. Rocking Horse, BSC, and the Civic Center. So a lot of big issues, so I'll get to it quickly here. Down at Rocking Horse, when you live in an association, you sign a contract basically. You say that you'll pay X amount of fees and you're responsible for X, Y, and Z. And that's a contract between people, right? Not between you and the government and people. And what we're trying to do is interject ourselves into their contract there for a multitude of reasons that I won't bore you with. But it does cause issues from my perspective. One, when you do a contract, the whole reason you do a contract is to keep the government out of it, to not regulate that. So if you're a willing participant, you and this person or these people get to make an agreement without us interjecting ourselves. Now we want to interject ourselves. What's the bad part of it, interjecting ourselves? Well, if there's a dispute between individuals, does the government then have to come in and step in and do something about that instead of having the contractual process that's established? This has happened in the past. Down at Rose Creek, they had a dispute between people who lived there, and we as the city of Fargo were part of that contract, so they wanted us to vote on their board. No, I mean we didn't do that, but that helps one side or the other if we do or don't vote. So it's a bad idea, and I think we should stop doing it. I don't want to see us doing it anymore. BSE. We love BSE. They're a great company. They create jobs here. They're growing here. I actually do like BSE. But boy, do we give them a lot of money. We give them an incentive to build a new building, a large incentive. We bought their old buildings as a city. And then now we get another incentive to create infrastructure at their new building. That's a lot of money. So how it usually works, like if you bought a home, what would happen? To put the street in, the gutter, those street lights, traffic lights, all the street signs, all those things, you would just get special assessed for that. That's how that happens. That's how we currently pay for things. BSE, though, they're in a new area of Fargo, or a new developing area of Fargo, in South Fargo. There's other developments coming around them, but they're not all there yet. So what we're doing then, we're giving them a TIF. And what a TIF is a loan that you pay back through just paying your mortgage payments. Nothing changes. We just take the money that you would pay out of your mortgage, that usually goes to the schools and the park board and the city of Fargo and the airport. We take all that money and we pay back the loan with that. And none of it goes to those other places. So the schools get nothing now from this new building for X amount of years until they pay back the loan for that infrastructure. Whereas, usually we would special assess you. You'd pay back that special assessment like everybody else does because your mortgage goes up. And then your taxes would just go to the normal places. But we're not doing that. So I don't know why we like BSE so much. I mean, yeah, a great company. I hope they continue to grow. I hope they stay in Fargo. But why do we feel like we owe them the world? So we're giving away the farm here, and I don't understand it, and no one knows about it. So now you do, and hopefully you speak up. The Civic Center, the plan with the Civic Center is that we're going to, some people want to either demolish the building or renovate it. It costs anywhere between $50 million and $65 or $70 million. It could go up from there, depending on who gets their hands on it. And look, we don't have $60 million. We don't have $30 million, quite frankly. Tony Gehrig did a good thing by saying that he wanted at least to have private funding in there. This was denied by the other commissioners. So it's going to be publicly funded. There's no way we're going to raise $30 million from the private sector to put money into a building that doesn't make any money. This building will lose money every single day that it's open. It will lose $140,000 at a minimum per year. It could be $1 million. It could be more per year. None of these things in any city in our country make any money. And look, it's going to compete with venues that are already here, including like Bluestem. We own this, the park board, or excuse me, the school board owns Bluestem and Moorhead. They're losing money on that. Now we're going to create another center where art goes, performing art, and they're going to compete for business, and we're going to expect them to not lose just a boatload of money. I mean, it's insanity, quite frankly. You got to be able to pay for this stuff somehow, and what's going to happen is one of two things. We're either going to go into massive debt to create it, or we're going to raise your taxes. That's the only options that you have, because we don't have $60 million locked in a closet somewhere here at City Hall. These are real dollars we're talking about. We actually pay people to build stuff. So those people out there that call me Dr. No or Captain No or whatever else, they'll say, Tony just says no to things. I say no to things because they don't make any sense. It'd be great to have a performing arts center. Don't get me wrong. It'd be awesome. It would add value, I think. But I would love to have a Porsche. I would love to have, a house in Tahiti. I would love to have all these things. It would add value to me, but I can't afford it. So neither can the city of Fargo, and that's what needs to happen, is to not. And by the way, the Civic Center gets used. It gets used a lot. There are events here, often, and it's doing what its purpose is. And that's to be a civic center. Someone else wants to build a performing arts center somewhere else. Private industry can do that. It's not the role of government, and I will not support it. That was your recap. Only 5 minutes, pretty good. For the February 26th meeting, 2018. I'm Tony Gehrig, and please watch how your commissioners are spending your tax dollars. Thank you.